YouTuber Nutty Nat Haman Kongchak wanted for defrauding $55 million from her followers. This is probably the most absurd thing I've seen today in terms of like the finance space. So let's get right into it. A YouTuber in Thailand is in hot water after allegedly cheating thousands of followers out of nearly $55 million. Natham, Nat Haman Kongchak, otherwise known as Nutty, which I'm just going to refer to her as Nutty because it's just so hard to pronounce her name, has built a hefty following of over 847,000 fans on YouTube, mostly through dance videos. But along the way, the popular social media star had also begun advertising private courses for budding foreign exchange traders on her Instagram account. She posted several images of what she claimed were her profits, encouraging others to funnel money through a trading scam that promised eye-watering returns on their investments. And according to local media reports, over 6,000 people gave Nutty money to invest after being promised to see returns of up to 35% if they wired through cash. So here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with someone selling some sort of program or course, right? There's nothing wrong with selling knowledge, right? There's nothing wrong with, getting money from like 6,000 people to buy a product, right? It's not even wrong to accept money from 6,000 people to invest their money, right? None of that is wrong. But what is wrong, right, is faking your profits to get people to buy something and to promise people that they're going to see a 35% if they were to invest their money. That is such a red flag. If you see anyone try to guarantee a 35% return on your money, run away. Like, that is so much BS in that type of claim. Like, you gotta keep it into like this perspective, right? Most hedge funds can't even beat the S&P 500, right? Most of them, if not all of them, right? A lot of them are trailing behind. So you could literally make a higher return going with an S&P 500 than trusting people whose their full job is to literally trade money, stocks, etc., right? So for someone to try to say like, "Oh, we could basically guarantee you a return of 35%." By the way, especially if you wire through cash, it's just BS. It's completely a scam by doing something like this, right? Now it'd be completely different if basically they say like, hey, if you were to create your own business, if you were to work on your business, and if your business were to be successful, you could actually make way bigger returns having your own business, being your own boss, because you're going to put in the time and energy to make your initial investment have a much higher return, right? So basically starting a very cheap business for like a couple $100 to $1,000, etc., into making basically a livable wage every single year, that's a much better return, right? That's a completely different thing, right? That'd be basically saying like someone basically showing you how to cut grass for a living, and they teach you the skills on how to cut grass and how to sell, and then you're able to do that yourself, and now you're able to make better than minimum wage per year because now you have your own business cutting grass, right? In that case, you're going to get a way better return than 35%. But guess what? There's still going to be costs to things. There's still going to be things in place where you're not going to get a massive return on your investment. And to see someone try to promise these types of things honestly just pissed me off because it's such a scam. So, in a surprise to followers, it didn't go as smoothly as planned. In May, Nutty posted to her Instagram account that she owed 1 billion baht, or 27 million, to investors. And officials have received complaints from 102 people who claim they have lost $820,000. Oof. So, in a short video, the social media star claimed her broker blocked her trading account since March. A Thailand police unit specializing in online scams last week issued an arrest warrant for fraud against Nutty. Thai officials have reportedly already received complaints from 102 people claiming they lost a total of 30 million baht, $820,000. New victims of the crafty social media scam are emerging by the day, with most claiming to have lost thousands of baht. And in Thailand, the average worker can expect to make anywhere between 6,000 and 14,000 baht per month. Local media and Nutty followers are now speculating that she's fled the country, as she has not been seen on her social channels since June. However, Bloomberg reported her immigration records show she hasn't left Thailand. Forex trading is an attempt to make a profit by speculating on the value of one currency compared to another. And for expert investors to turn a profit, they must keep an eagle's eye on the market, as exchange rates between currencies can change extremely quickly in the event of significant world events such as natural disasters, trade disputes, and COVID 19. By the way, when I was much younger, like much younger, I think even like in early on in high school, I dabbled in playing around with Forex trading. And it was disturbing how easy it was to either double, triple, quadruple your money and your losses. Because depending on where you live, some brokers would actually allow you to have like a disturbingly high level or multiple of margin. I'm talking like disturbingly moronic high, where you could put like $100 into like a brokerage account and potentially lose like $10,000 in margin or $100,000 in margin. Like some of these brokerage accounts, depending on where you live and when you did it, was crazy, right? Like to put it into perspective, I think there was one time where I made like I technically made like a $1 trade, right? Like used $1 of my own money, but was able to basically make a $50 profit off of that $1 because of the margin that was in that account. And I only had like $100 inside the account. You know, young individual basically had no money. So forex trading is basically something that you could make good money from, but 99% of people are probably never going to make a profit off of it, right? And certainly, definitely not a livable income. But there are some people making like six figures with a single trade once per year, right? There's some people that are able to make a living doing it all the time, but they're super focused on it, right? They're professionals at it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with people wanting to learn about forex trading. My biggest issue is one, that she scammed people, but also to try to make claims that people are going to get these massive results when there's no possible way that they're going to get it, right? And like for example, we sell basically a program on how I was able to get out of debt and grow my net worth. And I show you how I did that in a very simple to understand way, right? I don't make some like crazy claim that you're gonna be like a millionaire or something. I just make the claim like this is what I did to get out of debt and grow my net worth. Right? Very simple. Right? I don't try to make something like, oh, you're going to get like a 35% return or something like that. Like, it's just crazy. Like, to make these types of claims is just insane. Like, literally just insane. And it's really sad to see. It's really sad to see people basically losing their wage, their monthly income, their life savings because they believed in her. They believed that she was actually an expert at whatever she was doing, even though she never did it. It's like, it's sad to see, right? Like, this is like a Bernie Madoff situation, and it's just super depressing to see. Feel free to give your thoughts on this. Like, reading stories about this makes me realize that there's so many people that want to try to find the easy way out, and they're willing to put their trust in people that they truly do not know. And it's sad to see. Like, it's sad to see someone lose so much money. And it's so sad to see people basically screwing and scamming their fans, you know? Like, that's just despicable.